Except I don't really. I don't know if I like watching other people kiss. It's just a bit strange, isn't it? Anyway, maybe that's just because I'm a bastard. I'm like Scrooge sometimes. Anyway. Christmas is coming soon as well, speaking of Scrooge. I think I'm going to get an Xbox One. Though, I wouldn't count my eggs before they hatch, because that's rude, you see. So, I'll be lucky, I suppose. Because I'm still, as you can see, playing on the fucking PS2. I do have a 360. I also have a PC. I'm a bit of a gamer. Ah, yes! We made it! Fucking land! Land! Yeah. No, that would happen, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. I think we're winning, though. Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Is it even worth showing off my friggin' strategy that I'm attempting to do? I don't think it is, you know. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, I think my thing disconnected and I forgot to do the down, down, up, down part. Well, I'll do it halfway through the video. Okay. Down, down, up, down. There you go. Future James. Just in case I screwed that whole thing up. Because I think I've been fairly entertaining. I don't like to toot my own horn, except I do. I think I've been fairly entertaining. Oh my god, my shoulders are in agony. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. I'm feeling quite jolly, you know. My personal life's doing quite well. How's your personal life doing? I do care, and if I could actually hear you, I would ask you about it. I don't know if you would tell me about it. I'm feeling quite good. I recently acquired a lady friend, so that's always fun. I guess I will tell you about her, just in case you're interested. She's quite nice. She has blue eyes, which is nice, because blue's the colour of my bedroom. So, take that how you will. Anyway, so, yeah. How's your life doing, man? I gave you some time to answer that. Okay. Star Wars, then. Which is... I don't know if I should say that. I was going to say that, which is funny because anyone who likes Star Wars obviously doesn't have a life. I can say that, though. That's like a black person insulting another black person. It's socially acceptable because I am a fan of Star Wars, so therefore I can insult other fans of Star Wars. I of course don't actually think this way. I mean, I'm just joking now. I of course don't actually think this way. I'm not like some sort of terrible bigot and all that. I just like to make jokes. Ironic jokes, you see. So it makes it intelligent, or at least seem intelligent. It's actually not. It's terrible shock humor. Anyway, let's bomb some cooling tanks. There we go. Speaking of bombs as well, terrible thing happened to Paris recently. For anyone, this is a throwback for anyone that recently hasn't, been, well, is remembering this, because I'm thinking ahead of time now. I've got like it in my head that someone in the future, specifically Barack Obama's son, is going to be watching this in the future, because he'd be really into retro PS2 games. Well, we'd be retro at the time, wouldn't they? Anyway, he'll be really into these sort of games, so he'll be watching my YouTube channel. And what recently happened in Paris as well was there was a terrible bomb attack, and it was bad. So yeah, I didn't really have a big opinion on that. I know that Anonymous has recently declared war on ISIS. No, yes, that's the one. Which is the Islamic State of that area. And yeah, so that's good. It's interesting because of my understanding that ISIS isn't actually... not ISIS, sorry. Friggin' Anonymous isn't actually proper an organisation, is it? Because, that's the point of it being anonymous. There's probably, obviously, there'll be like little parts of people that call themselves Anonymous who band together, but are they the real Anonymous? Who decides? Who decides? Because anyone on the internet can be anonymous. So you think about that. I'm rambling to shit, by the way. Don't actually listen to me. I'm a terrible human being who has no idea what he's on about. Anyway, let's kill these auto turrets, and let's put some bombs on the life support mainframe, and also shoot this clone because he's a clone, and no one cares about his life because he's a clone. Bam, you're dead. Anyway, yeah. I recently had a woman in my school come up to me and ask me, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I said, dead. This is an interview woman. This is an interview woman. Oh, good job. We recently had a employer's interview, or some of that bollocks, basically saying, what do you want to do when you're older? Personally, I don't want to do anything, but of course I have to. Because everyone has to. Does anyone want to do anything? No. I would just sit here and play Star Wars Battlefront 2 all day if I could, but I can't. So whatever. It's like, do you have any idea of what to do when you're older? I said no, because I don't. I'm friggin' like 15. Terrible admittance on the internet, I'm fully aware. Now, we want one of these, don't we? Not because it's particularly useful. Camino. I feel like we could win Camino without it. Then again, it is pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, this is a Republic base planet. Why did they have 2 base planets? The fuck? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna take a leader bonus, and we're gonna get Boba Fett up on the battlefield. Ah, me back! It's terrible. Are you a fan of Boba Fett or Jango Fett? Oh yeah, it's Jango Fett, isn't this one? Who am I a fan of? I think personally I quite like Jango Fett. Purely because Boba Fett got Boba Fetted. Didn't they, really? Which is, of course, when you have a really cool character like Boba Fett, and he gets killed in a stupid way. For instance, in the Sarlacc pit, which is a big tentacle pit full of tentacles, and that place that he falls into. You know the one. It was on the 3rd movie. But not the 3rd movie. The third movie, you know what I mean? The 6th movie. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna shoot some people. This guy didn't get Boba Fetted. I can't remember what happened to this guy. Oh yeah, didn't he get Mace Windu? So Samuel Jackson, which is well, it depends as rule. Like, if it was Kingsman Samuel Jackson, I don't know how I'd feel about getting killed by the guy. Actually, then again, Kingsman Samuel Jackson is definitely a character and a half, isn't he? Don't know if you've seen Kingsman. Don't even know if it's relevant anymore. It's definitely relevant to me because I enjoyed that movie, and I remember seeing that movie, not when it came out. I'm not that hip. And shit, I really screwed up that chance, didn't I? Anyway, I do better sometimes. Yeah, I remember seeing Kingsman on DVD at some point, and I remember quite enjoying it, and I remember telling my friggin' lady friend about it. I remember her saying, "Oh no, I don't really like spy movies," and I said, No, I told her about it, and then she said, "No, I don't really like police movies. I don't like police movies, James." It's not a police movie, and I'm very much struggling not to say her name, because it emphasizes the point. But, point is, she's terrible. She didn't even know what Godzilla was. She thought it was King Kong. Jesus Christ, it's terrible. Frustrates me. Anyway, I've got to tell you that story now, don't I? I was sitting around. I mean, I don't like to talk about myself, but I've got nothing else to talk about and whatever. I was sitting down, and I was like, "Hey, woman that will go unnamed, have you ever watched Godzilla?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I probably have. It has like the woman in it, and it has like it has the man." I'm like, "Alright, yeah." And I was like, "Wait, are they American actors?" And then she was like, Yeah. I remember it was quite good. It was quite a pretty woman. And I said, "Really? Do you think so?" Anyway, so I was like, "Oh yeah, you probably saw the terrible 1998 Godzilla film. You should probably watch one of the newer ones." She's like, "Oh really? What was wrong with it? I thought it was an alright movie." And it was like, "Well, Godzilla's like bigger than that, and he's supposed to breathe radioactive breath, and he's supposed to like, friggin' tower over things. And Godzilla got killed by missiles, He's not supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus. He's supposed to be like a big, sort of mutated lizard." And she goes, "Wait, I thought Godzilla was a monkey." Gah. Oh god, that was a terrible laugh. I apologise, but that irritates me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I mentioned that. If no one was interested, then that's fair enough. But I'm sorry. It's just that I found that funny. I don't know. I found that funny. I found that story funny because obviously, friggin' nerd over here So yeah, whatever. Where am I? Who am I shooting at? Yeah, people. Yep. Yep, you die. Yep. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just run and grab a command post or two. Because that's what you do in this game. You grab command posts and then you flame droids. I mean, clones. I mean, you're basically droids. You ain't got no life as your own. You grow up to love the Republic, or you don't grow up at all, which is something I say as Jango Fett. Anyway, I'm going to die again if I'm not careful. I wonder why I have more health than you. It's probably because I cloned you all to have penis deficits. I don't know what I'm on about. Don't ask me. Jesus Christ, I don't fucking know. I just say shit. That's my charm. Or at least I like to think it's my charm. I don't actually talk this much in real life most of the time because people don't listen. But if they did, and if I could get away with it, I would listen to the sound of my own voice constantly. God, it's great, isn't it? Anyway, clone troopers then. Like stormtroopers, except better at firing, it seems. And also got a little animated show of their own. Closest thing the Clone Wars got, the stormtroopers got their own little animated show, was Ewok Adventure, the Caravan of Courage. Which I guess is related to stormtroopers because apparently a legion of the Emperor's finest stormtroopers got killed by Ewoks. So take that into consideration. Anyway, I don't know, maybe they're just having a bad day. What do you think was up with that? That was a bit dumb, wasn't it? Like, that was quite a good movie. I think that was probably the movie I watched the youngest. I mean, I've watched the most out of all the Star Wars movies. Purely because that when I was younger and watching Star Wars, I had this thing that... Oh, with any trilogy. I had this thing where I didn't really want to start the series over again. So what I would do is, instead of watching the whole series over again, I would watch the first two. And then I would just watch the last one over and over again. Because what's the point of going back to the beginning of the game when you should play the last level over and over again? It's the part with the most challenge, and it's the part where everything resolves itself. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that if you watch at the end in the last one, then you don't have to watch anymore. Whereas if you watch at the beginning of this trilogy, then obviously you've got to watch the rest, don't you? And my little child brain, obviously did have time for that. And my little child had time for anything. I'm saying my little child. Me. I had time for anything back in the day, but I didn't think I did. I had a lot of shit to do as a kid. I have a lot of stories, me as a child. I one time... debating what stories I should tell. Yeah, I'm not going to tell that one. But now obviously I've got to. I'll tell a different one and pretend it was that one. I'll trick you all. Anyway, one time when I was a child, I owned a Spider-Man. I owned lots of Spider-Man toys. I loved Spider-Man when I was a young lad. I owned a Spider-Man toy of friggin' Venom, and I owned a Spider-Man toy of Carnage. And I owned about 6 Spider-Man toys of Spider-Man. I didn't own a Tobey Maguire toy, though now that I'm older, I actually want a toy just of Tobey Maguire. Preferably Tobey Maguire shirtless, you know, wearing like hula pants. Could probably find that somewhere on the internet. If anyone has a link to a shirtless Tobey Maguire wearing hula pants, please send it to me. I'm sure that is a thing. Or at least you could make that into a thing. And by that I mean, of course, I mean like do the thing that the kid does off Toy Story, where he like takes parts of toys and puts them together. So what you would have to do is you would take part of like Beach Boy Ken, still a boy after all this age, Beach Boy Ken, who was of course my boyfriend when I was younger, and then take his body and then get your toy of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and like chop off Tobey Maguire's head, which is something I know a lot of people would like to do, especially after the third Spider-Man movie, and then stick it onto Ken's body, and then get some, just, you know, make your own floral pants, shorts, sorry, and then just stick it on. I'll buy it, like legit. Anyway, so what I was saying was, when I was younger I had lots of toys of Spider-Man and Carnage and all that, and I had a toy of Spider-Man, no, I had this toy of Carnage and Venom. And I was quite a forgetful child, so when I was wandering about, I made lots of little movies. And I decided that one day, I am going to make a movie where Carnage and Venom fight, because whenever I was playing with my Spider-Man toys, I could always find my Venom toy, and I could always find my Carnage toy. What I could never do is I could never find them at the same time. So I'm like, I'm going to go around the house, hunt around the house, and I'm going to find both my toys so I can make them have one big epic fight, and then probably just oversaturate the toy movie market, because I've done all that I can do, and any sequels past this point would just be futile. But I've been building it up in my head. I've got a big head cannon with the Spider-Man shit. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, I found my Venom toy, and I looked around, and then I found my Carnage toy, and then I'm like, oh yes, it's gonna be the big moment. But then I look down, and I can't find my Venom toy. I'm like, shit, where the hell is it? So I start wandering about my house. I start wandering, looking for this Venom toy, because I was distraught. I was like, this is gonna be the big epic moment. This is gonna be the moment where these two fight, and you know, probably make out in some sort of sexy slime scene, where when their lips touch like slime, you know, it's sort of like slime little beams like come out of the mouth. You know what I mean? Like the weird sort of gooey thing. It's hot. Anyway. So yeah, that. And I was distraught because I couldn't find my Venom toy. I was looking around all over the house, and like I was looking at stuff, and I started like crying to my mum. I was like, Mum, can't find my Venom toy. And she's like, I have no idea where it is, James. You know, back in my day, we didn't even have Spider-Man. They did, though. She's lying to me. So, I sit down in defeat. I'm like, shit. I'm just gonna have to make another movie with fucking Carnage. Not even a single bit of Venom, because I like Venom more than Carnage. And then I look down at my hand, and Venom's in my hand. Payment accepted by CIS. So yeah, I felt like a dope. Yeah. Anyway, that was my story. So, yeah. How long have I been recording for? About 40 minutes. Well, that should do for an episode, shouldn't it? Well, probably more than an episode now that I think about it. What I mean is that should do for tonight. Pardon me, because I've got school tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this episode and you would like to see more of me rambling while doing Galactic Conquest, looks like we've got a couple more plans to go, then like, subscribe and be best friend. I'll see you next time.